Okay, let's go over how to do a mug. You're going to come to me and I'm going to give you a big old slab of clay. Now what we want to do is we want to thin this out so that the walls of the mug will all be the same. Now we're also going to need a couple of slats to help get that same thickness, and we're also going to have a rolling pin so that you can get it rolled out. Now you'll also notice that the clay gets pretty thick, so before we put a bunch of muscle work to get it rolled out, we're going to throw this out a little and see if we can stretch that clay a little more so that it's a little less rolling on our muscles. Okay? So pick it up. You're wanting to pull and stretch the clay. You're not throwing the clay down directly on, or smashing it down directly. We are stretching the clay. When we think we've got it stretched out enough, we're going to take and we're going to put the slats down. Now my slats are short, so we're going to have to work with that, meaning we're going to roll one side and then the other. So you're going to line your slats up. You're going to pick about the center of the clay and you're going to work to rolling that clay out. Now your goal is to get it to where your rolling pin rolls evenly on your slats here. There's two ways you can check for that. When you can hear it rolling on the wood, or also you can bend down and look and see if you can see any light underneath here. Once you got half of it rolled, then you'll turn it around, move your slats up, and then you'll start on the second half. And you're going to get that to where it rolls nice and easy, and now you've got a slab of clay that is all the same thickness. Okay. Now for the requirements, you're to have either a 5-inch mug or a 6-inch tall mug. I've got a couple of templates here. As you can see, one is 5-inch and one is 6-inch long. Take whichever one you want to do. You're going to lay your template down on the clay. You're going to take your pin tool, needle tool, and you are going to cut out around your template. Now these templates are to the size where they will fit around our tubes. Now with these things that I'm pulling off, you can save these aside in case you want to do a slab handle. Okay, with your tube, one thing that I do want to point out is you need to have something in between the clay and your tube. Otherwise, the clay will use its moisture and stick to the tube and you won't be able to get your tube out. So you're going to grab a sheet of paper towel and you're going to wrap it around. You're going to grab some masking tape. Use masking tape, not packing tape. Packing tape is slick and it will cause the clay to stick to it because it gets that suction going. You're going to tape that up. Then you're going to roll the clay onto the tube. Now there is a little bit left over. If you want to create a design, you can create a design where they're overlapping, or you can just put them together and then you're going to smooth that clay together to get rid of the seam. Now part of this assignment is that you are to have 5 different textures on your mug. You can use forks, you can use any of the tools that are over on the tool drawer. I've even got these handy little patterns that if you wanted to take these, you could also imprint them onto your mug. You can push them on and then they create a little pattern. Another thing with these patterns, if you want to do it before you cut out your mug sides, you can also put it on and roll it in with a roller on your clay so that it comes out that way. Okay? Once you get that on, then it is time to do the bottom. Make sure that you don't have any, do not have any paper hanging out around the edge. You are going to put it on top of the extra clay. You're going to use your pin tool and cut around. This is just like we did when we made our whistles, when we were attaching our whistle base to your pinch bowl. And you're going to go around and create your base. Now, if you're doing this all the same day, your clay is pretty plastic, so you can blend the bottom up into the sides. If you are doing this the next day, you need to score, slip, and blend. So you could grab a rake tool, you could grab a fork, you could grab even the pin tool and go around and do scoring. Remember, scoring is roughing up the surface of the clay. So you're going to rough up the surface of the clay. Now the reason we do that is if we have our clay and you rough up the surface and rough up the surface and you have two roughed up surfaces, then you can get them all meshed together. The problem would be that you start to get these little holes, and to help seal up those little holes after we rough it up is to get some slip. So we need to score, and then you need to get some slip and put some slip around there. And then you need to put that together, kind of work it together. Then you lift it up, and then the third step for attaching pieces of clay is to blend. So now you're going to blend those pieces together. You are going to let the clay know that it is just one piece of clay instead of two pieces. So you're blending that together. So 3 steps to attaching clay: scoring, slipping, and blending. Now once you get it all blended up the side, if you want to make sure it looks nice, you can roll it around like this, or you can grab a rib, take the rib around and make it nice and neat, or just work some more with your fingers, okay? Now you've got your mug base all done and you're ready to do a handle. Your handle can either be a slab handle, which is good that you have this piece that you saved. You can even it up. If you want to use a slat, you can use a slat to help be a straight edge if you want to even that up. Once you cut this, you start to get burrs on the edge where it's really rough, and if you were to grab it by hand, then it would cut you after it's done. So in order to get rid of that roughness, we are going to grab a wet sponge and we're going to smooth down those edges so that it's a nice smooth edge on our handle. Then you're going to pick a place that you want to put your handle, and you're going to stick it in. You're going to decide what way you're going to do it. You can do it curved, you can flip it out, you can do whatever design you want for the handle. You're again going to score, slip, and blend. So get that all scored, get that all slipped and blended. Like I said, if it's all the plastic stage, you can just go ahead and blend it in, but some of you won't get to this part until the next day. So you want to make sure that you poke that in, or push that in, get it all blended, score down here, score up here, and make sure that you get that attached and blended. Now what it means to blend is you're going to take your blending tool and you're going to make it look like it's one piece of clay. Now if you liked that little division line, then all you have to do is go back in and add a little line, but underneath that clay says that it is one piece of clay. Then you can shape it however you like. Now if you find that you start to get a spot like it is right in here where you get this little gap, go ahead, grab another little piece of clay, put it in there, and then you can blend those together, and it will help it blend together without going in or creating a smaller, weaker area. Okay, you're going to get that all done. Now, If while the tube is still in, you want to impress and do some different types of marks, because remember you need 5 different types. You can do that if you want to imprint on it. I even have letters, so decide what you want. I even have letters, so decide what you want to do. Then when you're ready to take it out, if you try to slide it out this way, it'll be a little bit difficult. So what you do is you reach in and you pull out the tube and then pull the paper out. Now you need to finish the inside. If you will notice, right on the inside, you can see that there is the line where it was put together. So you need to take your blending tool and you need to smooth that out to where it looks like it is one piece of clay. So if you look in there, it's starting to get smooth. If it's really rough, then you can take your sponge and you can work it out till it's nice and smooth. Now if you've got to check around the bottom to make sure, check around the bottom. If you need to, you can do a little coil of clay and you can drop it in, take your blending tool and blend around the inside corner, because we don't want any food or beverage getting caught in there. And sometimes when we're doing our textures, we sometimes push a little bit on our tube and it creates a little indentation down inside, and we don't want that. So we're going to smooth that down and out in there. As you can see, I've got it halfway smoothed out in there. Let me turn it around so maybe we can get some light in there. Okay, so finish getting your stuff in. Oh, and then your lip, you want to take and smooth out your lip. Again, you're going to take your sponge and you're going to go around, smooth it, because we don't want to cut our lip when we're drinking any of our hot cocoa. And then you're going to design it. Now another way that you can do a handle is you can do a coil. So if you want to get some clay, you can do your good old-fashioned coil. A lot of people like to call them a snake. You can do what you like here. We're going to spread it out. Start in the middle. Use your whole hand. Start in the middle and roll around. And then you can grab that and then you can shape that any way that you would like. And then you can attach it onto your mug the same way we did with the slab. You can score, slip, and blend it on. Now with doing coils, make sure that you smooth down any cracks that you get, because you don't want any cracks on your handle, because the cracks makes the clay weaker. Okay? All right, now let's get to work.